today, guys. It's requested David Gilmour parts by John, and then I think after a day or the same day, Barry requested as well. So with John, his request is for Zoom G1Four, and Barry, however, is requesting for Zoom G2NU. Unfortunately, I don't have the pedal for this, the multi-effects pedal for this, but I've researched and I've used this one, Equiboard, to know what is David Gilmour's gear. So obviously the guitar, we know he's a Strat user, and then amp, he's got high watt, Mesa Boogie, and a lot more. But I thought, it's just my perception before, that's why on my Zoom G1X1 I was using the Fender Twin Reverb, or the FD Twin, because in my head, Strat, Fender, and the pedals, there's loads there, but I think the key factor is the delay and the reverb. Right, I came across, let's start with Chris Buck. Let's search him. Chris, and then he detailed, where is it that I watched? Another Brick in the Wall, Friday Fretworks. This one, David Gilmour. He mentioned on this one, in this particular video, there we go. Right, this is quite a long video, but he mentioned here lots of key points. One is the P90 pickup, and David Gilmour uses the Gibson, and he also pointed out, I think, a video where David Gilmour or the sound engineer was saying how it was recorded, the guitar solo. So it was a Gibson Les Paul P90 pickups was used for this particular solo. And then he also emphasized about the setting on the recording studio, where it's a clean direct plug-in of that guitar, and then they put limiter and compressor for the mixing. And he did it, so analog recording, he did it on his Helix, I think, pedal, so it's a bit digital to copy the sound. I think the key factors are the P90 pickup, the Gibson Les Paul, and then the limiter, compressor, and then obviously other the amp. I think Mesa Boogie amp was used by Chris Buck on this one. And then I researched, because I will be using my Zoom G1Four. There's a guy called Michael Music. He's using Strat on his video, and he shared his patch, David Gilmour patch for Zoom G1Four, Zoom G1X4. So I copied it. He uses the graphic EQ 7-band, and I've written all the details there. And he used high watt 100, which on Equiboard, David Gilmour was using, or one of his gear was high watt. And then the limiter, which Chris Buck was saying that that's the key factor. Also, Michael was using the limiter. And then obviously the cabinet, cab sim, 4x12 high watt cab sim, and the plate reverb. So these are the 5 effects that he used. On the other hand, the one that I used on my Zoom G1X was Tube Screamer, FD Combo, Carbon Delay, and Vintage Flanger. So I did an experiment, and then here it is now. Let's turn this one on. So this is the patch. I renamed it as Gilmour LD. I initially used this one, Michael's patch. Then I tweaked it, but mostly I retained what he used. So high watt 100, limiter in between, and then the cab, high watt 4x12, plate reverb. Then I put the analog delay here. So I removed the graphic EQ. But initially, I really copied his patch, and then I tweaked it. So here are the values. With the high watt 100, you got input, brill, and then bass 40, mid 80, treble 34, presence 50, gain 65, and then volume 60. Limiter, input 74 ratio 20:1, REL 58, output 35. Next bit, high watt 4x12 cab sim, mic on, D57 is to D421, 0, high 27, low 73. Then plate, pred 96, decay 45, mix 18, tail off. And the last bit that I added, analog delay, time 430, feedback 20, mix 38, tail off. And that's it. That's my David Gilmour lead patch for another brick in the wall. I hope this helps, and thank you, John, as well as Barry. Hope you can get some idea from here, from this video. But the key factor is the guitar itself, which is Gibson P90, Gibson Les Paul with P90 pickups, and then the limiter, compressor, and for me, I love the delay, but they only use the plate reverb, and then obviously your amp, either Mesa Boogie, or in this case we use the high watt amp sim. Okay dokes, see you a bit, and God bless. Bye.